Shirt won't button, Joe. Very Mexicano.
Very Mexicano. You gonna at least you don't have
Got the
like
alligator going across.
at least you don't have the chest hair peeking through the taco meat.
Yeah.
You're just missing the gold chain. Spending like somebody's steal. Put the tres flores on. You get ready to go, bro.
Oh, dude,
my
I'm
God.
so tired from last night's game. My voice was shot by the end of the night.
You're making friends with the jackals. I'm like, stand on business, Mike.
I'll
Tell
tell
him
you how.
stupid,
I'll tell you how that'll
stupid.
happen, man. There were some interesting things about the Jackals last night that I
Oh
found to be
yeah.
funny. I found it to be interesting yesterday. Uh,
You were hanging out with
man,
Nacho and the crew.
yeah, dude, Nacho Libre was there, whatever his name was over there. It was fun. It was fun. No, but man, had the Spurs won last night, it would have been so embarrassing for Houston Rockets fans because of the number of Spurs fans that were out there at the Toyota Center in Houston. It was ridiculous. People saying
You know
I
what was
copped a
ridiculous?
plea with the Jackals.
Yeah.
What's that?
You know what was ridiculous? The Spurs blowing a 16-point lead. Who would have told them, who would have thought to call a timeout if you're the coach and tell them, why are we chunking up ill-advised threes? Y'all can just make a two
Yeah.
as easy as you can make a three. And you can
It's 'cause-
still sustain the lead and maybe even win.
It's because they were on fire from three earlier in the game. And they got,
No, Mitch sat champagne and that was all she wrote. He
dude,
let the
that
brother
was
get
brutal.
cold.
That
That
was
was dumb.
brutal.
Dumb.
That right there, I don't understand.
That was stupid. Stupid.
Area 210, where the dreams don't fade. From the river walk nights to the Alamo shade. We rise together through the highs and the lows. Area 210, oh, it's the life that we chose.
Man, I'm still pissed off about last night. This is the Area 2-0 podcast, powered by PF Chang's La Cantera, also powered by Hard Rock Cafe, downtown San Antonio Riverwalk. My name is Mike Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia. We're going to go for about an hour and a half talking sports and pop culture. A lot of Spurs talk tonight after the Spurs lost in Houston 111 to 106 after getting outscored 29 to 14 in the fourth quarter. Joe, I was sitting there in the lower bowl enjoying the game for three quarters. And then oh my God, Joe, we're gonna start with
That's
that.
what made me mad yesterday.
Tell me, why did that make you mad, Joe?
You
Why did that
sold
make you
out to the
mad?
Jackals, bro. You sold out to the Jackals. And you're there kissing their ass. You're there with Nacho and the crew. I'm sorry. No, stand on business. Tell them, stupid, stupid. Tell Chica to sing with you, chant. No.
So it was funny because I got there as the doors opened, and then you had that big delay before the game started because the rim was misaligned. And I'm there, and the Jackals were out there. There's probably maybe 20, 25 of them out there, and they were two sections over and about 20 rows higher than me, right? And Chico was looking over there going, who are those ones guys chanting? I was kind of telling her the story, the lore behind the Jackals, right? And she goes, oh, those are the ones you pissed off, right? Well, Josh, who goes by Josh Too Jolly on Twitter, I was sitting next to me. He helped me get the tickets for last night's game. And I kind of told him, I said, do I owe them an apology? Do I owe them an apology? Let me go say hi. And Josh is like, there's no way you're going to go say hi. You're not going to go all the way over there to go say hi. And I said, I will. So Chica and I went over there, and I went up there, and the first words out of my mouth were, where's the apology form for me to sign? And they started laughing. They started laughing. And no, we all hung out for a few minutes, got a photo taken with them. And the guy on the far right was like, man, I hate Mayor Gina. I thought that was funny. No, we had a good time over there. And I tell you what, though, the Jackals at home versus the Jackals on the road, there's something to be said about the Jackals on the road because Rockets fans around me were pissed that the Jackals were out there chanting. They were outright pissed. And for three quarters, it looked like we were going to go out there victorious. Spurs were looking good. Julian Champagnie had a huge first half. And then what did Mitch Johnson do? Crap the bed. What did Mitch Johnson do? He pulled Champagnie out for what? But whole
Set him
quarter.
forever. For eternity,
Set,
dude.
set him forever. The guy was on fire. I was screaming in the stands. The rim looks like a hula hoop to him. It was massive and wide, and he was just making three after three after three. And what does Mitch Johnson do? Benches his ass. Do you know how bad it was? The guy in front of me, a Rockets fan in front of me, looked at me when I'm screaming, "Put Champagny back in the game." And he looked at me and goes, "Keep his ass out. Keep his ass out." Everybody around me who were Rockets fans were like, "No, man, why is that guy on that bench?" Like when the opposing fans are talking to me as a Spurs fan and asking the question, why is the best shooter on your team? Why is the guy that was on fire who scored 27 points in the first half? Why is he on the bench so long? I had no answer other than Mitch sucked last night.
He was
And
stupid.
he was
Stupid.
stupid. And then
Yup.
the Spurs got lazy, man. I know, and okay, so couple things about this game. Just from being down low watching the game that I don't know if everyone caught up on, right? Couple
Yeah.
things. I told Chica when the game started, there was only one Rockets player that I feared. Only one. It wasn't Durant. And it wasn't Jabari Smith Jr. It wasn't any of those guys. I did not want Reed Shepherd going off because Reed Shepherd, even when he was in college, was the kind of guy that just galvanizes the team, is the kind of guy that just gets the crowd amped up, right? First half, Spurs had Champagny on him for a little bit, then had Carter Bryant clamp him down. For some reason, in the third quarter, not only did they bench Champagny, Mitch Johnson also moved Dylan Harper onto Reed Shepherd, and Dylan Harper couldn't guard him. Couldn't guard him. Just couldn't guard him. And they refused to put Carter Bryant back into the game to clamp him down. They refused to have another player go up, I don't know, maybe put Castle on him, somebody else. Instead, they had Dylan Harper struggle so badly against Reed Shepherd, who was the number, 3 overall pick in the draft, right ahead of Castle last year, right? Or the year before last. I have never been one to be like, oh my God, it's all about Mitch Johnson. Mitch Johnson sucks and this, that, and the other. But that was a game in which Mitch Johnson adjusted to things when they should have adjusted to him. The Spurs were up by 10 at halftime. The Spurs were up by 10 at the end of the third quarter. Why are you changing what got you there? I don't get it. And I tell you when it all started to unravel, Joe, it all started to unravel when they put Wemby back into the game with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, in the second quarter, rather, right before halftime. What happened with 10 seconds to go? Picked up foul number 3.
Yeah.
And I looked at Chica and I said, I don't like the omen that is. But then the Spurs were kind of on fire the third quarter. Rockets chipped away the last few minutes of the quarter to bring it to a 10-point game. And at that point, the Spurs, the wheels fell off. The Spurs got lazy on offense. They refused to drive the ball in. They refused to pass the ball. All we saw was Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, and De'Aaron Fox shoot lazy 3 after lazy 3. All we saw was Wemby refuse to go down low. All we saw was Wemby bitch, moan, and complain that he wasn't getting calls. But you know what? You got to be a man about it. Here's the thing about it, Joe. Good things happen to Wemby when Wemby's decisive. The second that he takes a pause, the second that he takes a dribble, he goes to crap. And who said that, Joe? Last week, who said that? Oklahoma City Thunder player said that, right?
Yeah.
Alex Caruso.
You know what I was waiting for?
Make up your mind. Do something. And when when he's decisive, good things happen. When he's indecisive or when he pauses or hesitates, play unravels.
I was waiting for El Wembeyazo to come out. You know, he lets his balls drop. He comes out there and he's going to drop 30 points. Going to take over the fourth quarter. And what did we see? The resurgence of Wimpy Ganas. Otra vez. Mm-hmm. And you know how you have the nickname for Pop, El Jefe, right?
Yeah.
They sent Pop off in retirement, called him El Jefe. He came out, had the shirt on and everything. Mitch right now, that stupid move that he did and just sat Champagny, didn't call a timeout, tell the Spurs, why are we chunking up threes? You know, you can go ahead and take a 3, but you can also take a 2. He doesn't talk to the team, no communication. To me, his nickname after yesterday's game is el pendejo. Why were you doing that? That's just dumb. It's dumb. It's poor play calling out there for your team. You could have just called the timeout, said, "Look, guys, let's get together, start passing the ball. No more hero ball. Don't be taking ill-advised threes. You can go ahead and take a two as well. Just get in better position. I don't know. Maybe feed the guy that's the tallest guy out there in the court, down low in the paint. Give him the ball. Nope, none of that happened.
It was lazy basketball. And here's the thing: the Spurs are a bad 3-point shooting team, and last night they put up 50 attempts. 50 attempts. We don't need Dylan Harper shooting threes anymore. What have we said about this on this show? Who can't shoot on this team? Dylan Harper can't shoot. Stephon Castle can't shoot. Carter Bryant can't shoot from three. They just can't. Very, very low percentage shot. And what ended up happening was, I believe the Spurs at the end of the first quarter were 7 of 11 from three, which means that they went 7 for 39 the next 3 quarters shooting from three. So the
It was
last 3
bad.
quarters, they shot less than 20% from three. So again, who are the ones that can't shoot, Joe? Castle, Harper, and Carter Bryant. I haven't looked at the box score, Joe. I was just there at the game. I haven't looked at the box score, but I'm gonna look it up
You know
because
who else
Joe.
can't shoot? The damn Toyota Corolla, bro. I think it's time to trade the damn Toyota
You
Corolla
know
in,
what?
bro.
Well, I'm gonna get into that. Stephon Castle 2 for 8, Carter Bryant 0 for 2, Dylan Harper 0 for 3. That's 2 for 13, Joe. The 3 guys who I say can't shoot, that I don't want them shooting threes anymore, can't shoot. And by the way, I'm glad that you brought up Harrison Barnes because I was gonna forget about that. He's toast. He's done.
Bro, he looked
You,
bad. It's
you,
time
you
to
what,
trade in the
what,
Corolla, bro.
what is his name at the end of the season, Joe? Because he's an
Gone.
free agent. He's gone.
Gone.
He's done. He's done. Like Father Time showed up real fast, right? Like Ferris Bueller. The world moves pretty fast. That's what happened to Harrison Barnes. He got old in front of our faces over a 4-week, 6-week period. Just boom, because he was Mr. 100 earlier in the season, which, by the
The
way, is the stupidest nickname I've ever heard.
the Corolla is good just to go ahead and do like short runs now. It can't take you long distances anymore, Mike.
Mhm.
She broke her back. It's time to trade.
Take it. Well, there were probably about 3 turnovers that may not have been attributed to him because I'm looking at the stat line there. He had 1 turnover attributed to him. I can count 3 others that were because Harrison Barnes could not catch the ball. And he couldn't catch the ball because he couldn't extend. He was too slow getting to the pass. It was one of those things where I'm sure it went down as a turnover for Champagny or went down as a turnover for Keldon or somebody else, but had nothing to do with those guys. Had everything to do with the fact that Harrison Barnes has no mobility anymore.
He
And
couldn't even
his shot looks like crap, Joe.
Bro, he wasn't even hitting the rim, Mike.
There's no
I'm like,
extension.
God, bro.
There's no fluidity to his shot anymore, Joe. He's either hurt or old, and
You know what
either
he was
one is
doing?
bad.
He was shooting lasers, bro. There was no arc to the shot. It was a straight laser, Mike.
It was a shot put.
I was like, what is that, man? It looked bad. And look at the plus minuses on the night, dude. I mean, Wemby minus 14, Stephon Castle minus 12.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my
Champagny,
God.
by the way, Champagny, when they put him back into the game, Joe, when did they put him back into the game? The Spurs were only up 1 at that point, right? They had blown
Yeah.
a 16-point lead.
He was ice cold.
I looked at the box score at that point during the game just to see Champagne's stats, right? He was plus 11 at that point in the game. So think about that. He was plus 11 in the 2 quarters that he was out there. They sat his ass essentially the entire 3rd quarter and much of the 4th for no reason, Joe. No reason. Let me get this straight. You can't shoot for anything. He missed his last 5 3-point attempts, right? Which means that he was 8 for 11 at some point from 3. He was 8 for 11 from 3. They couldn't buy a bucket, and Mitch Johnson had him getting ice cold on the bench. That I do not understand, Joe. And you're telling me that Mitch Johnson has the balls to call out the team afterwards? Call out yourself, you dumbass. Call out yourself. You sucked ass as a head coach. And I have been a Mitch Johnson defender from day one, and I still want him to be the coach of this team. But you know what? You know who wet the bed? You know who crapped the bed? It was
He
Mitch
did.
freaking Johnson who did.
You know what? And I got the video of that too. We're gonna share that right now,
You're
man.
going to call out the team. You know
Called
what?
them.
You were changing what was working well. They
Yep.
conform to you. You impose your will on other teams, not vice versa. That's what happened, Joe. That is what happened last night.
Let's play the audio. This is courtesy of Hector Ledesma. So we're gonna listen to this.
There was just toughness plays all across the board, and they showed themselves. I don't think it was one thing that continued to hurt us, other than just some toughness, mental, physical, all across the board in a lot of different ways that got to us, and it snowballed, and they rode the momentum, and they finished the job, and we gave a lot away and participated in that, but give Houston a lot of credit.
And also say it was bad coaching on your part too. You set the
It
hot
was.
guy and let him get ice cold. What's wrong with you?
Wemby and Castle last night combined for 10 of 40 from the field. Combined 2 for 15 from 3 because Wemby was 0 for 7. Wemby had an off night. Wemby looked, you talk about Harrison Barnes looking like an old man. Wemby looked like an old man out there. You know why he looked like an old man? Because this is the second time I've seen them in person. I saw them in Dallas. I saw them in Houston. In Dallas, Wemby had a swagger about himself. It was one of the best games he ever played, and it was an amazing opening night for Wemby. He had a swagger to him. He got to his spots. Right now, he looks like a punk kid out there. He just looks like he has absolutely no strength to him. Alex Caruso was 100% correct in saying that's not a Giannis out there, because Giannis has girth, or as you like to say, the balls have dropped, and they haven't
thick
yet for
six.
Wemby, dude. They haven't for Wemby. Wemby is walking running around there like a hieroglyphic, just getting pushed off the spot by players who are smaller than him. And it's just like, I don't understand how Wemby can be so competitive and so fearless in some games, where he imposes his will in some games, and in other games gets taken off the court entirely, mentally and physically. I don't understand how, like there's no middle ground. You're either getting generational Wemby or you're getting overrated Wemby. There's never an in-between game. There's never that game where he was like, oh, he had 20 points and 10 rebounds. He was all right. You don't get that. You get 34-point Wemby with 7 3-pointers, or you get what happened last night.
You want to hear what Kevin Garnett had to say about Wemby? Let's listen to this. This is his assessment of El Wemby. El Wemby ganas. I'll play it on screen now. And this is going to be courtesy of, I don't know who this is, KD7 season, somebody that I saw on X that had posted this.
Kevin, could you tell us about y'all's defensive effort against Wemby and how y'all were able to limit him the way y'all were today?
Yeah, I mean, he's still working on his jump shot. He's still, you can tell he's trying to figure his jump shot out. We made him shoot tough fadeaways over us all night. He hit a couple early on, but for the most part, we made him shoot over us. He's more dangerous when he gets layups and dunks and plays around the rim. That's more of his game, I think, than floating around the perimeter, shooting threes and jump shots. When they go in, it looks amazing, but when we get a hand up on him with some bad misses, we was able to get out and run. But his length in the paint is a problem. When he gets high, it's tough to stop him, but I think we did a solid job of just putting him in foul trouble a little bit too, but getting our hands up on some of his jump shots.
There you have it. He says that he's better in the paint. Who would have thought the biggest man on the court's better inside the paint instead of going ahead and you have Castle coming in, right? And I saw this yesterday. When Castle wants to go ahead and go inside the paint, Wemby drops back beyond the 3-point line. Wemby should stay there because Castle can find him if he goes and moves to the rim instead of just standing still. You know who does that very well? Luke Cornett.
The problem with Wemby is, and I don't know how to address this other than the fact that he needs to man up, because he's getting manhandled down there, and he's wanting the calls to be made on his behalf, right? We see players out there who complain about getting hit, and they don't get hit, man. Like last night, I saw Alperen Şengün, and Şengün, along with Doncic, and a couple of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, LeBron James, are the biggest floppers out there. what's happening to Wemby out there is not a flop. He's getting beaten up. He's getting beaten up down low, and no one's doing anything about it. And the refs are not coming over to his side or anything like that. There's nobody on the court. And don't give me this crap about, oh well, that's why you need Sohan out there. No, you don't. We saw a better version of Sohan out there. His name is Carter Bryant. I'm not going to sit here and think that Carter Bryant's the truth or anything like that. But you know what? He finished some drives. Carter Bryant was able to knock down a jumper. I mean, it didn't look good, but it was some of them went in the hole, right? They went in the hoop.
Yeah.
But there's nobody there. And I don't want to say we need an enforcer, Joe. It's not the 80s. Bill Lambier's not walking through the tunnel, walking through the door. You're not going to have Rick Mahorn out there and
You don't
Charles
need a Frank
Oakley.
Brickowski.
You don't need a Brickowski out there. But you need to have Wemby go out there and basically man the F up, dude. You need to have him man up and get to his spots. And he gets uprooted every time. And you know what he needs to do? Hate to say it. He needs to get physical back. He needs to outright push somebody and go get off my spot to draw attention to it all. The female official that was out there last night, who had a very good first half out there, was allowing them to play, street ball, right? 5 palms type of play. And the Spurs could not adjust to that, dude. The Spurs play Stone Oak basketball, and they were allowed to be playing 5 palms basketball last night, Joe. You know what I'm saying?
They were playing, was it that at that one facility, Racquetball and Fitness? They were playing that type of basketball instead of Miller's Pond, bro.
Instead of Miller's Pond, instead of Joe Ward.
No blood, no foul.
Gilbert Garza Park, Cuellar Park. They were wanting to play, Northern Hills. They wanted to play Stone Oak. They wanted to play Maverick Park. I mean, they wanted to play that type of basketball, and it wasn't. And the officials were very, very. They were very consistent with their calls as to how they were going to call the game. They were going to allow grabbing. They were going to allow a little bit of pushing and shoving. And the Rockets were taking advantage of that because they're like, oh, okay, well, we're being allowed to do this. They're not calling it. And, I mean, there was at one point in the fourth quarter, Joe, as physical as it was in the fourth quarter, there was 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. I looked up. A combined 5 fouls have been called on both teams combined. No. 5. As physical as it was, they were letting them play. And the Spurs could not adjust to that. And we have JHNSB on our chat, powered by Hard Rock Cafe and PF Chang's La Cantera, saying ditch Mitch. For who? There's nobody out there, Joe.
Hey, let's go ahead and listen to what the Wembeyasso had to say after the game. This is again courtesy of Hector Ledesma. And, Wemby talking about blowing leads. So let's listen to what he says.
Same as usual, blowing 15+ point lead. The good thing is, we're all onto the problem. We're all putting our minds into it, but we're conscious it is a problem.
He's conscious it is a problem, but how are you going to fix it? Maybe if you play in the damn paint instead of deferring and going out and just camping out beyond the 3-point line. Impose your will. He is a generational talent. They all say it. Generational. Look at him. Look at him. He does things that a man his size can't do in the NBA. He's not supposed to be able to do the handles, the athleticism, all this. I want to see that. I want to see it consistently, like you said. You see it some nights he takes the night off. They get physical with him. He goes and puts his tail between his legs and shows his belly. You need to be consistent. Or if you're going to go out there and you can drop 22 a night, 10 rebounds, 8 blocks, 10 assists. I mean, you're helping your team. You don't always have to drop 30, 40 points a game. No. But if you're having a positive impact on the game, that helps your team win games, especially against the Houston Rockets. It's just a lot of inconsistent play. And I think that's the most frustrating part as being a Spurs fan, is that this team is still number 2 in the West, as bad as they're playing right now. But you still haven't seen them at full strength. And that's what Spurs fans are wanting to see. We're critical of the team because we know what they're capable of if they're able to put it together. Right. I just hope that happens sooner rather than later.
Hanover Fist reaches out to us in our chat, powered by PF Chang's La Cantera, saying, I swear Spurs had 2 statement wins before. He says that it's crickets from our host. Team takes an L and they're ready to jump down their necks. Well, here's the thing. ESPN, their analytics had the Spurs towards the end of the third quarter, 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, with a 96% chance of winning the game. They lost. That's the frustrating part. It's not that the Spurs lost by 4. It's not that it was a back and forth game, Joe, and the Spurs lost by 4 or 5 points. That's not what happened last night. What happened last night was the Spurs lost another 15-plus point lead. That's the problem, Joe, is that they're good enough to get out to that lead, but they're goofy enough to not sustain it, and it's a weird problem to have. And Joe Gonzalez says that the Spurs need to play that Edgewood basketball, you know? Hey, you know what's so funny about last night's game is that you could tell that Jeremy Sohan was not going to play.
Oh, bro.
During the warm-ups, everyone was warming up. Guess who was not warming up?
He was warming up before they even had the warm-up. He was out there shooting threes or whatnot.
No,
but he wasn't in his warm-up clothes, you know?
Jeremy Sohan took one shot for every 5 that everyone else took. I looked at him and I thought to myself,
he was free to help with the rim.
Oh yeah, he was trying to hang on the rim for a while. Got to earn that $9 million salary.
He wants to be the repair guys out there fixing the rim. And Houston, do a better job. Where did you buy your rims from? From Wish? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, one of my clients texted me while I was out there and said that they need to just put a Thorta out there and level it out. Just have the weight level it out. I showed that to Chica, and Chica started laughing about all that.
Oh, man. And this is the play that broke the rim, too. Let's share that. This is, I believe it was Stefan Castle that was just, warming up before the game, and that's what broke the rim.
Works. This is the recap pregame. During the warm-up, Stefan Castle, lights off in the building, and he says, I'm going to hang a little bit.
So we're blaming Castle. That's
apparently, I've been told Castle is to blame.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. All right.
And look at Olynyk.
And Olynyk tries
He's looking at the rim.
Also try to grab it and fix it a little bit. And then, that bump.
Yeah, that thing was off, dude. This was funny. This is the funniest thing that I've seen this season is that the guys that call the game, they were calling the commentary on the guy repairing the rim. And they were getting a lot of screen time, dude. It was great. Like
they had to
have its own channel.
that was on the side of the basket because we were behind the basket. We were behind the one that got broke. Castle, I mean, I know he was hanging on the rim, but he's not the biggest player of all time. It's not like Shaq hanging on the rim. He was just the rim was bad from the get-go, just basically it. And it was funny because the nationally televised game having to be delayed because of this. And to think about the broadcasting team who is thinking to themselves, man, at 7:07, we're going to have a tip-off of this game, and it's 7:32, and they still haven't started. They had to tap dance, and then now they're making fun of the people who are fixing this thing. And then they had to bring out the other rim and all that stuff. They had to take down the old one, bring on a new one, put the level out there. It was exciting, Joe. You know what that did? That bought me and Chica more time out there to drink and get the doubles. I posted some photos of me and Chica from the game last night. It was funny because
I was gonna say after that, let's talk about the comments from De'Aaron Fox.
Oh, what did De'Aaron Fox have to say?
You want me to put it on there right now?
Oh, sure. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox after the game, obviously disappointed about how they played. De'Aaron Fox, feel free to go into the lane, dude. I mean, the floor is lava. The paint was lava for De'Aaron Fox. He avoided it like the plague, as though he was driving up against Wemby. You have Wemby on your team. You're not driving up against him. I mean, you have Jabari Smith and Clint Capella and all those guys out there, but Şengün and whatnot. But Fox is good enough of a player to get his shot off, and they did not attack the basket. The only one who did was Harper down the stretch, but by then the Spurs had already lost the lead.
Yeah, so again, this is going to be courtesy of Clutch Points, and this was De'Aaron Fox, should I say, going ahead and addressing the media after the game.
This stretch you guys are in right now, De'Aaron, going back to the Lakers game last week, Boston, Minnesota, the Thunder, Houston a couple more times, the game tonight, all before the rodeo road trip. I know you can't do anything about the schedule, but do you look at that stretch and kind of wish that maybe it came later on, or at least not before that daunting rodeo road trip? Or just wondering your thoughts on that.
No, I mean, this is the NBA. We're going to have, stretches where you're on the road for a while, and you're going to have stretches where you're playing extremely good team or all playoff teams at a time. So, I mean, it's just, you look at it as a test. You're not looking at it as, we're going to be on the road or we're about to play so many good teams in a row. It's a test to see where you are throughout the course of the year, and it's especially happening at this time, when, teams are going to be banged up, teams are tired, guys have been on the road for a while. You see where you are as a team. When you're a bad team, you're looking at it like, we got to do all of this and trying to get to All-Star break, to have our break. Whenever you're trying to position yourself to have home court advantage in the playoffs, you're not looking at it like that.
And sorry, apologies. This was at the Victory Capital Spurs practice facility before they hit the road against the Rockets, and he was addressing the media about their current stretch. And they've had some disappointing losses, including the one against the Rockets.
We got to see a Carter Bryant sighting yesterday. He's apparently taken over the minutes for Jeremy Sohan. Seemed to be a little bit more efficient out there. Was 2 for 4 shooting, 4 points, no rebounds, no assists, no turnovers. But he did play some solid defense on Reed Shepherd, the guy that blew up down the stretch, And if you can get a couple of buckets from a Carter Bryant, then it justifies them being out there as an offensive liability because they're better defensively. Carter Bryant swallowed up Reed Shepherd. The second that Reed Shepherd got out there and was being guarded by Dylan Harper, he just eviscerated Harper, just toasted him. And
they're not the same, man. They ain't the same, dude. When it comes to the defensive prowess, Carter's just cut from a different cloth, man. He got that dog in him.
He seems to have softer hands because you see Sohan try to catch passes sometimes. It's like cinder blocks. There's no softness to what he does. But man, I'm just disappointed about the game last night.
I mean, we had disappointments, but then there was some highlights too, like this. Look at that, El Wembeyazo. That's the Wembeyazo. They got him the ball at the right angle. He was in stride, going to the rim. He didn't have a lot of defenders in front of him, and he was able to make a move. And look at everybody in the crowd, Spurs fans' reaction, showing them like, wow, mira Wemby, And then you had this other play too, and this was a crazy one.
Oh, that was great, Castle.
Man, Stephon Castle, he almost fell down and hurt himself, but it was a hell of a dunk,
Yeah, that brought the lead to about 14 or 16 at that point, and we all thought the game was over.
And then a big elote. That was a hell of a play, dude. That was a hell of a play. You see how it all transpired. The jump ball, Spurs get it back. They just give it to the big man underneath the basket, and he does his thing.
Harper, for some reason, has a thing along with Castle, has a thing in finding Luke Cornett. It's weird how Luke Cornett can get to the rim better than Wemby can sometimes.
And Wembeyazo. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, man.
And what happens? It's amazing what happens when you actually move and don't stand still and just wait for the ball. You got to move. Wemby, he just stands still. He's like, give me the ball. Give me the ball. Let me stand still. I'm not going to move around a lot. But then you're not in a good position when you get the ball to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And then here we go. Let's put the little guy on him again. And Wemby puts his back to the little guy, puts the ball on his right hip, turns around with the ball low. What are you doing? Pick the ball up. It's not hard. Pick the ball up, turn around, bump the kid that's in front of you, create the space, shoot the fadeaway jumper. They can't stop you. And if they foul you, it's an and one.
Barnes looked old. Barnes looked old. Sohan's useless out there. Not going to see any minutes. The only players that played well yesterday were Cornett, Champagnie, and Carter Bryant. Those are the only 3 Spurs that played well. Keldon looked off yesterday. Keldon was settling for 3-point jumpers and I know he can make them. He's not a bad 3-point shooter. He's actually a pretty decent one. But he was settling yesterday. He was not attacking the basket. No one attacked the basket. 53-point attempts from a bad shooting 3-point team. Not going to happen, dude. Not going to happen. The Spurs, let's see who they got next. Joe? Who they got next on the horizon for the Spurs?
The next games that they have coming up here. They already went ahead and played the Rockets. Tomorrow they're going to play the Jazz again. That's going to be an 8 o'clock tip. Then after that, they play the Pelicans. For some reason, that Pelicans team always plays the Spurs tough. Doesn't matter what their record is. You can't just say, "Oh, that's going to be an easy win." The Pelicans have notoriously played the Spurs tough, and the Spurs have been lucky as of this season to get those wins against the Pelicans. So that's
But
going
the
to be
Spurs,
another tough one for them.
we should be disappointed the Spurs don't come home with 2 victories after this.
Yeah. I mean, they're
Because
not gonna be easy, but I mean, you can easily beat the Jazz. You're better than them. The Pelicans, you are better than them, but you play down to the talent.
and then the Spurs go back to Houston again for a game at the Toyota Center, an ESPN televised game, an 8:30 tip-off on a Wednesday night, man. I'm not gonna go to
Will
that game.
Miguelito be in attendance?
Nah, man. 8:30 tip-off. Screw that, man. The game won't on ESPN. The game won't be over till 11:30. It is 55 miles from the Toyota Center to Jimenez's house in Conroe. I ain't gonna do that 55-mile drive, man. I hate Houston traffic, dude. City of Houston sucks. It's just I'll hang out in Conroe because Conroe's far from Houston, but man, it sucks. But
You
a
know what
lot of
it is?
Spurs fans out there, dude. It was great.
It's great when you get out of Houston. Like, there's things to do in Houston. Houston's good. They have a lot of culinary, you know, let's say the culinary district that they have there is really good. Lots of great places to eat, but the traffic, just the navigating around the city of Houston is horrible.
And the
When you
drivers
get
are
out,
crap. The drivers
yeah,
are brutally bad over here. They,
you got to watch out for those big rig trucks too, bro, because they ain't playing around.
do people give me crap about or give crap to people who drive in LA? I've driven in LA several times. I have family all up and down Orange County, LA, South Los Angeles, all that stuff.
Yeah,
Dude, those drivers are nice and good compared to the ones that are in Houston.
in Houston.
Houston has the worst and most inconsiderate, most a-hole drivers of any city I've ever been to is
So
Houston.
does San Antonio. San Antonio ain't much better. It's horrible
No,
here
the
too,
San
man.
Antonio, they're actually they actually will give a
No, they're
courtesy.
not.
They actually recognize the blinker. The problem with San Antonio drivers is they're too poor to afford auto insurance. That's the problem. 3 out of 10 people who drive in San Antonio, Joe, 3 out of 10, almost 1 in 3, don't have auto insurance. There's so many
Yeah, a
hit
lot
and
of
runs
people.
out there.
I have no insurance. You know that you don't want to hit nobody here in San Anto because it's gonna be a hit and run, baby.
So, Joe, people are asking a question. We have officially postponed
The
the
shindig.
party, the shindig that we were going to have for Area 210 podcast because of the freeze. Joe,
Gonna be
give
cool.
us some details, man. What
Yes.
went into this decision?
Yeah, we went and took a look at the weather reports, and we're paying a close eye on what's going to happen. And we don't want everybody out there in this horrible, miserable weather it's going to be on Saturday. It's going to be cold. It's going to be windy, and it's going to start raining. That's not good, dude. We don't want you guys out there risking your lives to just hang out with us. So we're gonna go ahead and call it. We're gonna postpone it due to weather because we wanted to kind of have it outside. The Little Woodrow's is a great place, great venue when the weather's good to be outdoors. We might go ahead and just try to move it inside so we don't have to really worry about the weather so much. So me and Sean and everybody else, we decided to go ahead and postpone it. We're gonna go ahead and move the event now to February the 21st, which is going to be on the Saturday. We didn't want to contend with Valentine's Day weekend because everybody's going to be with their honeys or their sanchas or their wives, whatever. And it's going to be busy. They're going to be busy enough. Friday, they're going to be going out and having dinner. Saturday is Valentine's Day. It's going to be restaurants are going to be packed. We don't want to go ahead and mess with that. So the 21st is when we've decided to go ahead and have this thing. Hopefully, you can make it with us, Mike.
Well, let's see. Give me 1 second here. If I can find this real fast. You said it's gonna be a Saturday night.
Saturday night, the 21st.
All right, because I have a business trip coming up. Let's see here. I'm going to be going to Charlotte, North Carolina. I was in Charlotte last year, so let's see. The agency meeting is going to be Monday the 23rd. So I fly out Sunday the 22nd. So it looks like I should be able to make it, Joe.
Great, man. So we're probably going to try to see if we can move it indoors to that party room that they have. And that way we don't have to really worry about the weather. But we're still going to have all the great things that everybody was wanting. Plus, we're probably going to have more stuff now because I'm making more things just to give out to the people that I see out there. And if I see you out there, I'm probably going to have something special for some of the the most loyal listeners that we have, I got something for you guys. You know, I'm working on some things right now and making those things for you all. So I want to surprise everybody when we have the party on the 21st.
Yeah, so we were looking at the temperatures. I'm looking at the hour by hour
It's bad,
look at
bro.
what's going on. The party would have started at 39 degrees and would have ended at 29 degrees, and it was going to be
Jeez.
rainy. So
And
we
cold,
decided rainy and cold,
cold,
and
wet.
it's a both an indoor and outdoor venue, and it just makes it miserable out there. And don't want to have anybody out there slipping and sliding on the roads, like you said, just to hang
Yeah.
out with us. We'll figure it out. We'll be closer to episode 600 by then. But
Are we gonna invite the jackals to this little thing, this outing?
oh, I didn't get any numbers, but we have their handle when it comes to it all. So Chica has told me, by the way, that she's glad that the party's not going on this weekend because we've been traveling a lot. We've had family visiting. We've been visiting family. They've been visiting us, and we haven't had one weekend in Conroe where it's just us two. We've been
Yeah.
blessed to spend time with a lot of family. The Christmas holidays, Thanksgiving, people coming in and out of town, her family, my family, all that stuff, right? And we looked at each other, we were like, "Oh my god, it's gonna be the first weekend that we've had like nothing to do." And then it gets cold. 'Cause it's gonna be cold over here also.
It's cuddle weather, Mike.
Oh, Chica has already told me it is a 48-hour cuddle fest. It's gonna be 48 hours where we're
Make
gonna
some
shut the
caldo.
doors. You know what she makes? She makes caldo pretty well.
Yeah, make some caldo.
She makes tortilla soup like no one's
No,
business.
there you go, bro.
Dude, that is very, very good. That's a good point. But I gotta find ways to be romantic in a chilly house for
Watch
48 hours.
Fever Pitch. Watch Fever Pitch.
What fever pitch?
Watch Fever Pitch. It's a funny movie, dude. I think you'll like that one. You've never seen it before. Watch it with Chica. She'll like it.
Sean Quintero getting a little bit offended on the chat powered by PF Shanks Lacateta says, "Are we not family? You should be blessed to spend time with us as well." Now, his daughter's supposed to have a gender reveal this weekend. I wonder if that's still going to take part because
It's cold.
it's going to be cold as F, dude. May want to move that to February 21st as well.
Jeez,
Uh,
man.
yeah, Joy-Con says Jimmy Fallon sucks. That's what here's the thing, Joe. Here are the two. What's the one actor or the one comedian, one actress that I hate the most, Joe?
Oh.
I hate Jimmy Fallon and I hate Drew Barrymore. And you're telling me to
Oh.
watch a movie with Jimmy Fallon and Drew Barrymore.
It's
Do
a
two
funny
wrongs make a
movie.
right when it comes to it all?
It's a funny movie, man. You'll like it. You're gonna like it. Give it a shot. Give it 10 minutes, Mike. 10 minutes.
10 minutes? I'll try. No, but we'll do something. Sheik and I are gonna kind of just hang tight over here and just ride out the storm and not drive in the rain. I will be in San Antonio Monday and Tuesday of next week, so make some room for me over there in the studio. We may need to have a co-host because I might have to only do the show till 11 on Monday. So if we don't want somebody to take over for the last half hour, to help out. I actually have a seminar that I'm giving in San Antonio at noon on Monday.
God.
But I got to go pick up all the lunch and whatnot for that all.
What are you gonna call it? Make more money?
Do you know what I'm doing? Is I'm actually going to be teaching insurance agents how to sell life insurance and annuities.
All right, there you go.
I'm giving a presentation about it all and basically giving my wisdom to it all. No, I've not only do I have my own financial practice, but part of my job is to also help other financial advisors get good at what they do. And I have a group of advisors that I'm going to be doing an 8-week crash course, basically selling investments and insurances and life and doing all that the Jimenez way, if you will. What I've learned over 20 years, going to give that knowledge and wisdom to others who are entering that phase of their career. So, Professor Jimenez, that's right, baby.
Mike seminar, get a job. Stupid. Stupid.
You know what? And it's not only getting a job, it's getting a well-paying job. Chica and I were talking about this last night on the 55-mile drive from the Toyota Center all the way to Conroe. We were talking about how to get to the next level financially for us as a couple. So like one of the things that we did was Chica is a dental hygienist. right? Just a fantastic job. She's an amazing dental hygienist. Everyone loves her. Her patients love her. The practices that she works for love her. All that stuff, right? But financially, we've gotten to a point where she can work part time. So she stepped down to part time. So Chica now only works 3 days a week: Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So she's off. So she has 4 days off every week, right? She's off on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And that's a good thing. That's a new reality for us. Was that I've been doing well financially with my practice, that she can only work part time, and eventually maybe she gets to just 2 days, and maybe at some point she just becomes an at home wife.
Yeah.
Maybe, or go work when she wants to work whenever she wants to.
Yeah.
But I think she'll be 2 or 3 days just because just to get her out, get her doing what she wants to do, right? But the thing about it is this: is that we were talking about jobs and about like making money and things like that, and she was saying she said something that I thought was kind of funny. She goes, "Why do people complain about how much they make when they knew how much they were going to be making from the get go?" Like, for example, if you become a teacher, you know you're not going to get paid well
Yeah.
and never will get paid well. So it's kind of funny hearing teachers complain about income because they got into a field that doesn't pay. So Chico was talking about that about our kids, saying, "Hey, we need to have them gravitate towards jobs that pay well because if you want to make money, you need to be in a field that makes money. That makes sense,
Yeah.
right?" So I don't know. I don't know. I'm just kind of uh, a peek behind the curtain of some of the conversations that
Yeah.
we have. But yeah, so between that and conversations about R. Kelly, we had a conversation on the car last night about R. Kelly. Have we forgiven him to play his music, Joe?
I think you're gonna go ahead and sing a karaoke tune or one or two of them.
I know. I'll be honest with you. Last night on the drive home, we listened to 5 R. Kelly songs, and I hadn't heard much of R. Kelly in a while, Joe. I heard my mind is telling me no, but my
Oh,
body, little bump and grind. We listen. This is a hard rock fact here. R. Kelly is one of the best artists the last 30 years, last 40 years, and I know that he's a cochino.
he's a
Right? He's in
cochino,
jail for
Mike.
being a cochino.
Like that cochino music.
Well, I mean, Elvis was a cochino. Jerry Lee Lewis was a cochino. Elvis was with Priscilla Presley for years while she was a minor.
You can listen to R. Kelly, you might as well listening to P. Diddy too, man. The diddler.
Do we forgive? Do we just take the art for what it is, or do we just like just our little hard rock conversation that we have
I
here?
think I think they've been they need to pull a Moses on them already and just pull it from the charts, bro. Just take it off streaming platforms
But
and all
but
that.
but who else would you have on there, Joe? I mean, like I said,
They don't
Elvis was
play that.
Elvis. I mean, dude, Elvis was with Priscilla Presley. I think she was 14.
They're not
Jerry Lee
playing.
Lewis was that way too. They were the Carl Malones of music.
Yeah, but they're not playing R. Kelly. They're not playing P. Diddy over the airwaves anymore, man. I mean, you want to listen to it, you can probably YouTube it or something, but I mean, who's rocking it besides you and Chica in the car now?
So you know it's funny on Spotify, you can hear a song, right? Then you can hit that button that says create a radio station based on that song. Like, here's some songs that you might like that are like that. Every time we would do that for R. Kelly, it said error, error, error. And I'm like, it wasn't doing an error for anybody else other than R. Kelly, which is kind of funny. And I understand he's in jail for being a cochino, and I understand that he should rot in there. That I understand. But I believe I can fly. Joe, come on. Tell me a more inspirational song of the last 40 years than I believe I can fly. It was a perfect
Oh
song.
my god,
It's a
Mike.
perfect song. I, I don't see another one, little bump and grind. Perfect song.
You saw what I was sending in the group the other day. I said that was you, that one guy that I sent that was kind of dancing. I said that's you and Chica. I told Chica that's you and Mike when you go to the club and they start dropping some Two Live Crew. Mike
I
doing the
could
little
I
dance.
I could never get into Two Live Crew, dude. Seriously, it's a complete cochino if someone
Oh
did.
man,
Oh,
it's a cochino fest.
keep it on the down low was a great song, and then also all the trapped in the closet songs as well. Your body's calling, great song. But no, man, I Two Live Crew. I mean, I never got into it, dude. I never did, man. It's just ghetto. It's just like there's nothing about that song that says, you know what, the girls are gonna like me listening to this music. And if a girl did like you listen to that music, they were probably a hooker
Oh my!
or a stripper. Same.
You dated one? You dated one?
No, I went out on a date with one. I did not
Oh,
date one.
come on. No, you
I
said
went out.
I dated one. I didn't know she was a stripper.
I didn't know. I thought she was a secretary. I thought she was like secretary receptionist. Instead, she was a hooker. She was a stripper.
Man.
Good old Giorgio's.
You know what? Let's go ahead and give some love to one of our sponsors here. Since you're dropping some music knowledge there, we'll go ahead and give love to the Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah.
The Hard Rock Cafe, San Antonio, is Riverwalk dining at its best. With great scenic views, along with its amazing collection of rock memorabilia, there is something for everyone. Enjoy happy hour weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $8 and $10 appetizers, $5 domestic drafts, and $6 craft import drafts at the bar only. Try some of the Hard Rock Cafe's legendary steak burgers, or my personal favorite, such as the grilled salmon or baby back ribs. Make sure to visit the third level and enjoy the DJ as you take in the city skyline. The Hard Rock Cafe is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
Can't wait to go check out Hard Rock's new bar out there on the Riverwalk. Again, you don't have to always go to the Pearl. Take your ladies out to the Hard Rock Cafe. It's more than just music. It's also some fine dining. It's also the mixology and all of that stuff. Again, we're powered by the Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. We'll be doing events out there for the NFL draft in April and the NBA draft in June. Joe, no, I was not into Two Live Crew. I was not, man. F. Martinez, Face Down, all that stuff. I know the songs. I know all the songs, but never once did I scream it out of a car because that is ghetto. Joe.
Oh my!
Even back then, it was ghetto.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about some sports here. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the NFL draft order that just came out here. I saw this courtesy of Yahoo Sports.
Yeah.
So now that you've had these other games that have happened already as of last week, this is the draft order now. So what do you think of this, man? The Cowboys are at number 12 and 20, and the Saints, they got number 8.
I cautioned Cowboy fans when it comes to it all because I think the Cowboy fans think that their team is a better drafting team than what they actually are. They've had a lot of hits, Joe. They've had a lot of hits, but they've also had Mozzie Smith. They've also had Taco Charlton, who were drafted in the 20s, Joe. So having a top 20 pick is not a lock.
No.
Now, in the NFL, first round picks, usually 2/3 of them pan out. Somewhere doesn't mean that they live up to the first round expectation, but they pan out as having a long career. 10 of the 30 were overrated or whatever the case may be. I'm looking at the latest mock draft from CBS Sports. They have the Raiders at number 1 taking Fernando Mendoza. Lock it up. Quarterback from Indiana, franchise quarterback. People believe in him. People love him. Okay. Number 2, they have the Jets taking Arvell Reese, the linebacker from Ohio State, considered to be the best defensive player in the draft. At number 3, they have the Arizona Cardinals getting an offensive tackle, Francis Magoa from Miami. Speaking of Miami, number 4, Reuben Bain, the edge rusher, going number 4 to Tennessee. I believe that those 4 picks, Joe, unless there's a trade to move up, are locks. Those are locks because that's 1, 2, 3, and 4 right there. You know that they're going to go with Arvell Reese at 2. That's the best defensive player. They need help on defense. You know that the 2 guys from Miami are legit. So then it becomes a toss-up after that. Number 5, Parnell Tate, wide receiver of Ohio State, going to the Giants. So that's where I get a little bit questionable when it comes to it all. Because it's like, I know they have that Malik Neighbors got injured last year, but you already have a stud wide receiver when it comes to that. So you're telling me that you want to have Malik Neighbors and Cardinal Tate out there, which don't get me wrong, that's 2 badass receivers, but they have bigger needs out there They have a new head coach over there in with the Giants.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're going to get a wide receiver for Jackson Dart. Just get another offensive lineman.
They got Dart now. You got a new really good head coach now. Scatterboo coming back, So this Giants team is going to be a team to watch. I think they're going to be a lot more improved this upcoming season than they were in the last season. This could be a team that, quite honestly, if they stay healthy, maybe make some noise. Be not nipping at the heels of the Eagles.
What's crazy about the draft, or the mock drafts, is that it's all over the place. Like this one's going to go here, this one's going to go there, right? Especially when you get beyond 5. Every single mock draft I've seen, Joe, I've seen like 5 of them right now this week. Have at number 8, the Saints taking Jeremiah Love, the running back from Notre Dame.
How, Mike?
Jeremiah Love. Da-da-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. New Orleans knows how to party. New Orleans knows how to party.
Look at what Hanover Fist is saying. Goes, why the Saints always picking in the top 10 and get nowhere, Mike? Why?
Hey, man, they got that ring back 15 years ago, baby. They got that ring 15 years ago. At least it's in my lifetime.
Oh, man.
No, but what's look at the Chiefs going at number 9. But CBS Sports goes on and says at number 12 they have and this is another one. It's another consensus pick. All the mock drafts have at 12 for the most part. Auburn edge Keldrick Falk going to the Dallas Cowboys at 12. Say that he's a powerful pass rusher who does not turn 21 until the beginning of the 26th season. That the Cowboys need a young, impactful player. And then going to number 20, they have the Cowboys taking Colton Hood, cornerback out of Tennessee, who's only a sophomore. Basically say that they need somebody to take over for Diggs and potentially Deron Bland. Defense, Joe. Defense.
Either way, though, I mean, I'm excited as a Cowboy fan that the Cowboys are going to pick 12 and 20. Let's see who they get. It's going to be interesting to me to see if they're going to go ahead and address some of the needs, on defense.
What they
need
should
corners,
do,
man.
What they should do is they should drop down from that 20 spot.
I think so.
They should drop down from the 20 spot, go down 6 or 7 spots, trade it to the Bears or the Bills, and pick up another second rounder. That would be more beneficial for the Cowboys than anything else, because there's a lot of positions that need help, and you can't, even if you're picking in the first and second round, you can't say, hey, because we got a first and second rounder on this position, that it's going to hold up. I mean, Mozzie Smith has been a bust at defensive tackle for the Cowboys. So, Samson is saying, Cowboys going Hood? Texans
we'll see what happens.
Picking at 28, mock draft from CBS Sports says the Texans will take Caden Proctor, offensive lineman from Alabama. Oh my goodness. I'm so disappointed in the Texans, because you have a team that has all the pieces there except for quarterback. They're the bizarro Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys have the offense, but don't have the defense. The Texans are the opposite. They got the defense, but don't have the quarterback.
You know who does have a quarterback and a well-balanced team? The Patriots.
Dude, okay, the Patriots, first of all, might be smoke and mirrors.
No, bro.
Might be smoke and mirrors. Joe, easiest schedule in the NFL. All they had to do was beat C.J. Stroud and Denver with their backup quarterback to make the Super Bowl. They might get annihilated by Seattle in the Super Bowl.
No, bro.
Joe, that team,
Pats all the way, baby. Patriots all the way. I've been telling you all they were my dark horse team.
That has got to be the easiest path to the Super Bowl of all time. Is taking on a bye, C.J. Stroud, backup quarterback, easiest schedule in the NFL. One of the easiest schedules in the NFL.
You gonna bet me another 20? You can bet me another 20?
In the Super Bowl, yes.
Your money.
Super Bowl, yes. Super Bowl, yes. I'll take the Rams or the Seahawks over the Patriots. Either
I'm
one.
thinking the Patriots, man.
I think Seattle's legit, dude. But then again, the best quarterback typically wins, and who's the better quarterback, Darnold or Stafford? Stafford obviously is the better quarterback. Puka Nacua is legit, but that defense from Seattle keeps them in games. That's gonna be a fun game to watch, dude. That's gonna be a
Best
fun game to watch.
defenses right now, probably Seattle and the Broncos.
The Broncos do have a very good defense, and you have a situation there with Jared Stidham going over there and leading that Broncos team. It's funny how the Patriots gave up on Stidham, and they're having to play them for the AFC Championship game. It's kind of funny. Tony believes that the Broncos' backup QB is going to be fire. I mean, he's not a bad player.
We'll
He's been in
see.
the system for a while. He's been in the
All he
system
has
for a while.
to
Sean Payton's a quarterback whisperer.
all he has to do is not throw interceptions. As long as he can go ahead and just play a clean game, he gives the Broncos a chance. Because you know what? You don't have to be like the best QB in the world. You just got to go out there and not make mistakes. Let the defense do their thing. And as long as you can kind of put some points up on the board, whether it be a touchdown or a field goal, you just keep on trucking, dude. And that
Mhm.
defense is really tough. The Broncos have a defense that's tough to score on.
I'm looking at the weather for San Antonio this weekend. Freezing rain expected.
Yep. Telling
You know,
you, man.
you know, San Antonio just absolutely struggles when it comes to it all. Looks like
ERCOT
Casey.
did promise that they weren't going to lose power this weekend. I don't believe them.
Because
I
what did
don't
they do?
believe it.
What did they do to fix it? Not a damn
Nothing.
thing. Not a
Nope,
damn
still
thing.
the same. Hey, let's go ahead and show those pictures of you and Chica. I'm going to share them with everybody right
Oh
now.
yeah,
This is
me
one of
and
your
Chica at the
ex.
game. Yeah, she had her Spurs gear on. I had the old E shirt that she got me. So we were out there just enjoying the
There you
game, and
go.
she had a nice black sparkly jacket that I probably should have showed that photo instead of these two.
Yeah.
She looked good in the black jacket. But we had a fun time out there, dude. The drink of choice was a double Tito's and tonic. One for the
Nice.
first quarter, one for the second quarter, one for the third quarter.
Oh, there you go. At least you all had fun out there. That's the thing. That's the important thing.
Yeah, and again this weekend we're gonna be all cuddled together. We got to get the movies straight. I gotta get the romance up, man. Maybe go get a bottle of wine, maybe go get a champagne or whatever the case may be. And speaking of wine and champagne, today is Wednesday Wines Day over at PF Chang's La Cantera. That's half off bottles of champagne, half off bottles of wine. Go say hi to Sean out there. Go out there before it gets all freezing cold out there. Let's give some love to PF Chang's La Cantera.
PF Chang's La Cantera, San Antonio's premier destination for dinner, date night, or happy hour. Enjoy one of their signature dishes, such as the Singapore street noodles, sesame chicken, or Chang's spicy chicken, or their infamous Chang's chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious, by the way. You can enjoy all this while you're dining in an Asian-inspired atmosphere. And make sure to enjoy the new outdoor patio and try some of PF Chang's signature cocktails and drinks during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. PF Chang's La Cantera is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
Again, today, half all bottles of wine and champagne over at PF Chang's La Cantera. And they have those signature cocktails for $8.99 going on right now. Can get that lychee martini, that jade margarita, that mule, the lemon drop martini. Very, very nice. $8.99 all day, every day right now for a limited time. People asking the question, did I Uber from the arena? I was not drinking that much last night. I had a mixed drink before the game started, and I had a beer in the second quarter, and then I kind of toned it down at that point because I had to drive 55 miles back home. So no, I wasn't out there throwing them back or anything like that.
Oh God, you weren't throwing them back. You know what was funny? I had sent over the weekend that video to you and Chica, and I was telling her to go ahead and make you wiener and egg in the morning.
Okay, so
Use the
it's
bar S Franks.
It's funny that you mentioned that because Chica ended up going to Sonic the other day and was like, "Do you want me I'm at Sonic. Do you want me to get you anything?" And I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm not that hungry." She brings me Sonic anyway, right? So I'm thinking that I'm gonna get a burger. She brought me the hot dog with tots and whatnot. And for me, hot dog, I have to be in the mood to have a hot dog. Like there'll be some days, especially during the summer, it's hot outside. You're going to the pool. You're like, you know what sounds good? Hot dog. But it has to be a good beef hot dog, right? Like a like a Nathan's or a whatever, right? The
Uh-huh.
Oscar Mayer bar S crap, Joe. I cannot eat for crap, dude. It is gross.
Oh,
It is
no.
nasty. And you guys are sending me photos of people making wiener and egg. Man, I'd rather shoot my foot. I'd rather pop a cap in
Oh
my
my.
foot than eat wiener and egg. That's gross.
You want that all beef, Frank, huh?
Yeah, Tony and Alice say National Hebrew is my choice. I mean, at least give me the Costco hot dog. That's actually pretty damn good. I might go get me one of those today. And it's so funny because Chica took me to like I feel like I'm cheating on HEB every time I go to Kroger over here in
Yeah.
Conroe. In Conroe, there are 2 HEBs and one Kroger. I feel the same way like I'm cheating on Costco every time I go to Sam's. Sam's is like the ghetto Costco. Kind of like how Walmart's the ghetto Target.
No, man.
Dude, it is bad at Sam's.
It's
Sam's
not bad
sucks.
at Sam's, dude. I like Sam's. I have a membership to both. They sell things at Sam's that I like there that they don't sell at Costco, vice versa, man. I like them both.
I like Kirkland, baby. And head over Fist say MJ no bar ass, but eating Sonic hot dog. I didn't eat the Sonic hot dog. I ate like a couple of bites, and I was like, I'm done. I'm done. Hot dogs are gross, Joe. You know what? And Chica and I went to Chinatown the other day in Houston on Bel
Oh
Air,
yeah.
and we went to the grocery store over there. It's called H Mart. It's like it's
Yeah.
a very popular Asian grocery store. It's a chain. They have one in Austin, one in Dallas. They were selling seafood hot dog. So it was hot dogs with seafood, not all beef, not whatever. It was seafood mixture in there. Kind of gross.
That
Now,
does sound gross.
I'm talking sausage though, like barbecue sausage. Sometimes I'm in the mood for, sometimes not. But man, there's something like a good beef sausage, dude. Nothing like it, dude. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Like if you're gonna go like Pinkertons, you haven't been in a while, Joe. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's the best barbecue place in town. It's not bad though.
Bill Miller's?
Barbecue station, man, over there on 410 and Broadway, 410 and
Yeah.
Harry Wurzbach area. That place is good, man. You go in there, you walk out, you smell like barbecue. Like you just straight up smell like barbecue over that
You know
place.
where we haven't been in a long time, dude? I remember the last time we went out there. Laguna Madre, the seafood place where Mike will order a freaking burger, dude. I'm like, are you serious, Mike?
Oh, not anymore, dude. That crap gave me E. coli, dude.
Oh, really? The Laguna Madre? You're done with it now?
Yeah, dude. It gave me E. coli. And I will specifically say Laguna Madre was the one that got me food poisoning. Marco
Gee.
also says Mike has turned snobby, huh? He graduated from Taco Martinez. No, I love me some Taco Martinez. There's something different about like the taqueria though, man. When you go to a taqueria, you want to go to a taqueria that is like a little shady, a little bit might be a drug front. I'm not sure, but they got good migas, you know. But
The migas.
nah,
No, man.
or is my mom looking for the capriotada over at Taco Martinez?
My
Joe, you know
God,
who's at the
man.
Spurs game last night? They got the crowd amped up, and this is why the Rockets won. The
Who?
crowd was dead, and it was towards the end of the third quarter, and they showed the people in the crowd. They showed Jeremy Banny and Jose Altuve from the Astros, and the freaking crowd
Man.
lost their minds. Chica lost her mind. Chica loves
Why?
Altuve. Well,
Oh,
Chica was a college softball player. She played ball in college, dude. She had D1 scholarship offers for softball, and so she loves baseball. Our first date was a baseball game.
I
We went.
remember.
hmm
That's
I
when you
thought
had Otani.
Otani hit a home run on our first date, dude.
The crack of the bat scared the crap out of y'all.
I'll never forget that moment
The thunder.
because Chica again played college baseball, college softball, right?
Yeah.
She literally like jump scared her that Otani hit the ball so hard. Like the crack of the bat sounded like a gunshot, and he hit that ball so far. Like the right fielder just went, didn't even make a play at it, just looked back. It was awesome. So I told Chica's brother yesterday. We went out for lunch that Chica ruins movies, and I
Yeah.
mentioned to him that she mentioned how she ruined Full
Full
Metal
Metal
Jacket,
Jacket. Yeah.
and I told the whole scenario about it all, and I said, "Hey, guess what? Guess what he was good at though? One thing." He goes, "That was firing a weapon, right?" And then we were like, "Oh my gosh, she was right. He was probably autistic. Isn't
Yeah.
that's what it was? He was autistic." So Chica was like, "He's on the spectrum. He's special needs, and they're beating him up with soap." That was kind of funny.
That is funny, dude. I remember watching that. Now, ever since if I go and rewatch the film, now it's like, yeah, maybe Chica was right. Maybe she was right. But what are the good movies? Like, if you're gonna stay in, on the weekend,
hmm
everybody is probably because it's gonna be so damn cold out there in San Antonio. You got to go into HEB or whatever and get your stuff now. You got to do it today. If you wait till tomorrow and Friday, everything gonna be gone because poor shenanigans here in San Antonio. They buy up all the toilet paper, buy up all the bottled water, the bread, all
Is
that
there gonna be a
nonsense,
run?
dude.
Is there gonna be a
There's
run for
gonna
toilet
be a
paper?
run, dude. It happens starting today. It's either gonna happen today or tomorrow. You're gonna go to HEB and the shelves are gonna be cleared the hell out. It's poor shenanigans, man. It happens every single time. Again, the cold front's coming. So whatever y'all gonna do, make sure you go and stock up on your stuff now because it's gonna happen. By the time Friday hit, everything gonna be gone. Toilet paper, everything gone. So it's like happens every single year. And I'm gonna put in my order already for HEB. I'm gonna go pick it up after work. HEB curbside, just go get it. I'm done. I got all my stuff. But more importantly, you got your food. You got the weekend. It's gonna be cold. You're probably gonna be inside watching movies. What are you gonna go through, man? What are you gonna go through? Like there's gonna be like a trilogy of movies you're gonna watch. You're gonna be watching John Wick. You're gonna be watching some Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Aliens versus Predator. What are y'all watching, man, this weekend? Besides a romantic comedy, I ain't watching that, man. But I'm gonna be watching, or even sports movies. Like, what is a good sports movie to just sit down and watch? You have The Rookie. Remember The Rookie
Yeah,
with
that was a
Dennis
good movie.
Quaid? That was a good one.
That was a good movie. I watched Coach Carter for the first time a couple weeks ago. That wasn't bad. That was an alright movie. As far as like what Chica and I are gonna watch, it's probably gonna be something true crime related. We've been wanting to get into that Netflix series Adolescence that I hear that won a lot of awards recently. I think I want to
Yeah.
go and watch that. But no, it's we got to get the plans ready, man, because you got to get the blankets all nice and clean. Got to put the sheets on the bed nice and warm, and just cuddle. Get the remote out and just cuddle and watch TV, dude. Just do nothing but be with the dogs.
Look
Hey,
at
Joe.
Joy-Con Drift King. He says he watched The Housemate this past weekend, and he was surprised it was a good popcorn movie.
Wow. I saw that's available on Amazon. Very cool, but you had to pay like the
Yeah.
full price for that. I'm looking at Billboard.com right now, Joe. Today was the announcement of the Songwriters Hall of Fame inductees, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the people who are going to be not, according to Billboard, They're going to be inducted. These are not the nominees. These are the inductees, Joe. The headliners are Alanis Morissette, Kenny Loggins, and the youngest person ever inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, Taylor Swift. Also inducted are Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley of Kiss. All right, I'll bite. I'll take it. Kenny Loggins is interesting, man, because he wrote a lot of songs that Michael McDonald appeared in back in the 70s and 80s. And he had that great voice. Kenny Loggins, dude, low key, one of the better performers from back in the day, dude. One of the more iconic ones. He's kind of like all the movies that we watched back in the day had a Kenny Loggins song or a Kenny Loggins type song. It's like, oh, that was Kenny Loggins. No, that was Lindsey Buckingham of Fleetwood Mac. It just sounds like Kenny Loggins.
Yeah, I got you, Sam Salinas. He's saying yacht rock, baby. They brought the channel back. You have satellite XM radio. I saw that the other day because
Really?
I had it on saved, and it was gone for a while. And then I was like, "Oh crap! They brought back yacht rock. Let's go!"
Dude, yacht rock, dude. Christopher Cross from San Antonio, Alamo Heights' his own. Sailing. What do you have? Arthur's theme.
Sailing. That's an old school jam. Like everybody's parent was blasting that thing back in the day, dude.
And you know what's so funny about that, Joe, is that we rolled our eyes back in the day, but now as I'm getting older, I can appreciate that song. Soon I will be free. Memories, they get the best of me.
You know what's going to be a good weekend for? It's a good bourbon or whiskey drinking type of weekend, man.
Oh, Joey, you got the BBD over there.
No, bro, no.
Keep you warm, Joe. Nothing keeps you warm like a little BBD.
No, man. I got a whole bunch of Buffalo Trace, Rebecca's Creek. I got a bottle of scotch here that I haven't busted open yet that my boy Jonas got me. I might go ahead and start getting some of that on Friday.
I'm looking at the what's it called? Business trip that I have going on in February. I don't know why they have us going to the East Coast in February, dude. I'm gonna freeze my balls off when I'm over there. I'm looking at the temperatures over there. It's like 16 degrees in Charlotte right now.
Jeez.
What's this brown boy gonna do in Charlotte at 16-degree weather? Getting a rental car and taking it all the way over to the hotel and all that crap, and it's 10 degrees outside. Heck no, man. And Charlotte's a cool town, dude. It really is a nice town. They have a lot of nice little bars out there. But like, it's weird going to a city that you can tell 5 or 10 years ago did not exist. I mean, Charlotte existed, but what is the downtown business district is all brand new. And it's weird because there's no character to it. They're all just brand new buildings. It's kind of weird, Joe. Kind of weird.
It is, man. That's too cold, though, man. Like 16 degrees. I mean, anything below 20, man. It's like it's even 22, 23. Like it's forecasted to be like 20-something degrees in San Antonio.
Yeah.
We ain't made for that here, man.
We're not built for it either. Markov also says he's never tried scotch and wants to know if there's a difference between that and bourbon.
There is, man.
It's a stronger bourbon. Like you can have certain bourbons out there because scotch is part of the same family tree as whiskey, and whiskey's in the same family tree as bourbon. You can have a bourbon and it mix well, or whiskey. Whiskeys to me mix well. Bourbons you sip on. But scotch, to me, Joe, is a hairier version of bourbon. It's aged a little bit longer. Some of them are very, very strong and pungent, but then there's some like Macallan's, which is just easy to drink. Chivas, which is a inexpensive brand.
Chivas.
You go to Vegas, you ask for scotch, they give you Chivas Regal.
Yeah, Jason saying go up to the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, it's damn cold over there, dude.
It's too damn cold. What's your go-to place? You're gonna go to, Charlotte. You're gonna go to North Carolina there. Your go-to place to get something to eat there. You going indulge in the barbecue or what are you getting?
The barbecues are I. A lot of people do crab cakes over there, dude. Because
Really?
it's so close to Maryland. I have a place right here. Let me see here, Charlotte. I'm looking at my the places that I was at in Charlotte. It's called the Third Ward. There's a Third Ward and the First Ward out there. I ate at. There's a certain hotel that I was at over there. That it just says Second Ward on my thing. See, this is the photo of me enjoying the skyline there.
I see that.
And guess who I sent that photo to?
Chica.
That's funny, dude.
I don't mind it. I don't mind staying in this weekend, having something to drink, watching a movie or two. But you also, maybe got some sports coming back here because I know that the UFC is going to be coming back this weekend. So that's going to be something I'll be watching on the Paramount because they got a match coming up here. So I'm going to take a look at that. I haven't seen UFC for a while because they've been on hiatus ever since they left the 4-letter network. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Spurs will be playing. I believe they're going to be playing. What did we say? They're going to be playing on Wednesday. They play tomorrow, and they play on Sunday. So yeah, you can watch Spurs game on the weekend.
Adam Schefter's reported right now that quarterback Josh Allen's going to have foot surgery.
I saw that. It was a rumor that he was going to have the procedure done. They said if he did have it done, he would be ready by OTAs for the upcoming season.
NFL sideline reporter Michelle Tafoya has launched a campaign to run for the U.S. Senate, looking to become the Republican nominee for the state of Minnesota. Michelle Tafoya always had that big wedding ring whenever she reported. That's kind of funny.
That?
Well, Joe,
what's your next? I was going to tell you, what's your next trip coming up here, Mike?
With me and Chica?
Yeah.
We have 2 trips. We have 3 trips lined up. The first trip is going to be in March 23rd. We're going to be in Miami visiting Chica's daughter. Her daughter is in the last year of residency over there in Miami, so we're going to go visit her. She gets homesick and wants to see her mom. And so we're going to go over there. Going to watch the Spurs play out there. They play the Miami Heat while we're there. So there's that. In April, we're going to wine country in California because my cousin's son, so I guess technically also my cousin, is getting married over there. And then Chica and I have our honeymoon in June. We're going to Spain in June for our honeymoon. And then I think that's the extent of the traveling this year, Joe. I think in that we're done.
You're spent?
We're spent, dude. We spent way too much money traveling.
Yeah. And then it's just going to be like little road trips here and there.
Hannah Fist coming out and saying, Mike, MJ been real quiet about the WNBA. I saw this thing about how someone said that Miami made the national championship game because of Caitlin Clark. Did you see that? Tie that together?
I saw that. Yeah.
That Caitlin Clark beat a certain team, and then one player, I think Haley Von Lith, I believe is her name, switched schools because of it all, and because of that, that person was broke up with another person who ended up dating another person, and Carson Beck made his way over there. It was like this whole diagram. It's like that guy from trying to connect the dots, on the wall.
Oh God.
And it basically says, 5 degrees of separation was Caitlin Clark set the dominoes in motion for Carson Beck to eventually end up in Miami to lead them to the national championship game. I thought that was kind of funny.
But there's not really been much to talk about on that front, but yeah. You all want MJ to talk about WNBA, give him some ideas.
I mean, what's there to say about it right now, dude? I mean, it's just
nothing. I ain't watching. You haven't heard much about it.
I thought Caitlin Clark was going to be the savior of the WNBA. I thought she was going to be the best player.
Nah,
dude. She's just a turnover machine. That's all she is.
The hype wore down, dude. Hype wore down.
Well, Joe, I got to get back to work, my man. Everyone have a fantastic day. Hey, if you have any questions about financial services, give me a call at 210-508-0369. 210-508-0369. If you have any questions about retirement accounts, life insurance, long-term care, again, I'll be in San Antonio on Monday teaching a seminar on how to sell life insurance as an advisor. So it's for advisors to listen to when it comes to all that. Maybe I'll get all dressed up for it. Looking all fine for it, Joe. Everyone have a fantastic day. Spurs lost the Rockets, but I got to make up to the Jackals. So there was a victory to be had. No, I did not kiss up to the Jackals. I just gave them their props. And, you know, they pissed off a lot of Rocket fans yesterday in those first 3 quarters. That was fun to watch. We will be back tomorrow, brothers. Hey, thanks to the
Let's be
PM
on.
Tanks. Thank you to Hard Rock Cafe. We'll be back tomorrow.
All right. Peace, boys.